Hi guys. This is a new week, so we're going to be looking at what we have in the market for the week. Because presently the war is going on, so we're going to check what possible opportunity we have for the market this week. And it's almost the end of the month as well. So during the end of the month period, I don't like trading so much. But let's see if we're going to find new opportunities in the market. The first pair that we're going to be looking at is Euro GDP. What are we seeing on Euro GDP? On Euro GDP, I could see a push towards the upside after this consolidation, series of consolidation around this area. We could see a significant push towards the upside. Then the market came back downwards and corrected, drop, correction, drop. The market came here to form a head and also a kind of a left shoulder around this place, but the left shoulder is still consolidative. So we could still have trading opportunities in this consolidation as well because it's an impulsive consolidation. So presently, I'm not looking at this inverse head and shoulder any longer. I'm not looking at this triple bottom because market has significantly created a triple bottom around this area. So we have a push, we have a series of correction around this area. If you can see, then we have this double bottom that pushed the market upwards. So initially, I was thinking that um, price has actually broken this support area around this region because this is also looking like a consolidation around this area to test the mid-range zone. So I was looking at this like a consolidation, and this was also looking like a consolidation as well. Because if you see, this is a push, this is looking like a consolidation for a continuation to the upside. That was my initial thought, but I was expecting further drop towards the downside, but price significantly pushed up and formed a monthly bullish engulfing candlestick pattern around this area and a break above of the neck of the major support region around this area. So I was expecting further push towards the upside, but when you come back to your weekly time frame, however, you're going to be seeing that price has formed uh, a chart pattern on the weekly time frame. What is a chart pattern on the weekly time frame? I could see a head, a left shoulder, and a right shoulder. So basically what I do is I try to correlate what the monthly time frame is saying in sync. The monthly time frame has to be in sync with the weekly time frame. So initially I saw a push towards the upside and a continuation to the downside. So that monthly candle was gave this significant push towards the upside. So this was looking like a head, this was looking like a shoulder, this was looking like a shoulder as well. So that was why I did not take the buy around this area because it's not a significant close. If you want to take a buy in the market, it has to be a significant close of the shoulder level, then a retest for a continuation to the upside. But price just gave a significant drop towards the downside. So I said I'm not going to be taking this trade anymore for a buy because initially I wanted to take it for a buy, but price just rejected downwards. Before I'm going to be taking this trade for a buy, then I'm going to see a significant break back above this level. As long as the price is still below this level, I'm not going to be taking the trade for a buy. So what I could see here is just a consolidation, a series of consolidation. For me to buy this market, I need price to break above this level. Once I see a clear break above this level, then I'm going to be taking the buy because this will have officially become a triple bottom. But for now, this is still looking like a consolidation. To me, as of the moment, this is looking like a consolidation, just like this around this area. This consolidation is what is trying to form around this area. Because if you check the nature at which the market consolidated around this area, this has not yet formed what has already been printed in this area. So that's why I'm still looking at this thing as a consolidation. For me to sell, the market needs to break the neckline. This is the neckline. For me to sell, the market needs to break the neckline. For me to buy, the market needs to break the major zone, which is this area. This is a major zone. So there's no significant differences between this both area. Once I see a break below this area, I sell. Once I see a break above this area, I buy. That's what I think about Euro USD. Then when we come back to Euro GDP, when we come back to our daily time frame, what is the daily time frame saying? It's just basically consolidation. Initially, we had uh, a push towards the upside. This is now looking like a head, left shoulder, and right shoulder around this area that pushed the market upwards. But formed this market just formed a consolidative and exhaustion pattern and later drop towards the downside. So what am I looking at? I'm looking at this present price action is looking like a double bottom, but it's looking corrective as well. It's not looking impulsive. It's looking corrective, just like what happened here. It's looking corrective, not impulsive. So I'm looking for the market to test back towards this region because I still believe that on the weekly time frame, the chart pattern on the weekly time frame always played out. So I'm still believe that the market is going to test back towards this region, then a further drop towards the downside. That's my thought on Euro GDP. The next pair that I'm going to be looking at is BTC. What is BTC doing on the other hand? BTC we'll see what the monthly time frame is doing because BTC is actually consolidating as of the moment from what I can see. We'll come to the monthly time frame. What is the monthly candle doing? We can see BTC is looking like this is looking like a push towards the upside. We have a correction. We have a push that gave a double top around this area. Then we have a correction towards the downside. Then we have a push that gave like a significant chart pattern, double top or anything you can call this. Then we have a drop towards the downside. So overall, this market is looking like it wants to continue going up because it's tested. The market is testing the structural region around this area. So, but the market is not yet ready to go up because of this. There's a demand region around this area that may possibly push the market towards the upside, but the market is still stalling around this area. It's going to decide later on if it wants to go up or it wants to continue downwards. But if price break around this region, then we're going to continue downward. But presently, the price is still looking consolidative as of the moment. Then when we come back to our weekly time frame, this is what I'm seeing on the weekly candle. The weekly candle is looking bearish as of the moment. So we have a push, a drop towards the downside. We have a correction, we have a drop, we have a correction. If you look at the initial correction that happened in the market, we have how many weekly candles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How about this present one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's looking like there's one more candle formation before the continuation to the downside, but the price is looking bearish already as of the moment, but the trend line has not been broken. The trend line has not been broken. So I'm still waiting patiently for this market to break the trend line. Once I see a significant break of the trend line, then I'm going to be placing a trade for. So this market is still looking bearish as of the moment. There is no formation of bull. There's no bullish setup yet as of the moment because if the price is going to be bullish, it's going to at least come back to give me a base, just like this. We have a significant correction base around this area. That's what pushed the market towards the upside. So if the market is going to if the market is going to continue going up, it needs to give me a base around this area. But for now, I'm not seeing a base, so the market is still bearish. So I'll come back to the daily time frame. What am I looking on the daily time frame? Price is currently testing the trend line. This is looking like the third touch of the trend line, and it's now looking like an X to E wave pattern. Let me count. X, X to A to B to C. No. X to A to B to C to D to E. Once this market complete an X to E wave pattern, maybe come back to retest around this area, then I'm going to expect a further drop towards the downside. So that's my thought on BTC. So I will be waiting for the market to come back to test around this region. So this is where I will be waiting for the market to come back to test. This is still looking bearish to me as of the moment. We have an X to E wave pattern and an X to E wave just like this, just like the initial X to E wave pattern that's played out accurately, just like this. So X to E wave pattern always play out most of the time. So I'm expecting a push back towards the upside around this region, then a further drop towards the downside. So that's my thought on BTC. The next pair that I'm going to be checking is Euro USD. Euro USD, on the other hand, Euro USD is looking bearish as well. Euro USD is looking bearish, very, very bearish at the moment. Let's come back and see what the monthly candles are doing. Presently, price is currently touching the support region. So let's see what price is doing. Let's come back and analyze. We have this triple bottom here that pushed the market upwards. Then we have a kind of a chart pattern. This is looking like a head. This is looking like a left shoulder around this area. And this is now looking like a right shoulder that dropped the market. Although the price did not touch, because in price, the price normally go from zone to zone, major zone to major zone. But in this case, the price did not touch this major zone around this area, but the price created a double bottom around this area. And this is a monthly double bottom. So if you check, this area is also a very significant region in the market that held the market for a very long time around this area. So that's why the markets push up from this area. So we have the head, we have the left shoulder around this area. This also double top that brought the market downward, or a triple top, whatsoever you see it as. So I was expecting a further continuation to the downside, correction towards the side and a drop, but the market just pushed and consolidated for a while around this region. In fact, even forming a chart pattern ahead, a left shoulder and a right shoulder around this area that pushed the market downward. So what I could see is this. I thought that price is going to come back for a correction, but it failed. It just tests this major zone, which is actually valid. Why is it valid? Because this is an important level in the market. If you look backwards, you're going to see that price has already tested this place multiple times and rejected, test, rejection, rejection, rejection around that area. So it's valid for the price to push up in this direction. But if you look closely at what the price did here, is a corrective pattern. It's not an impulsive move. So we have series of consolidation, a monthly time frame corrective pattern. So, monthly time frame always play out. So presently we are looking at price to be price is currently attacking the major zone, which is an important region in the market. Most traders will tell you that, wait for the close below before you take a trade. So that's what I also think as well. So we have a triple top around this area that pushed the market downwards. Then presently price is currently testing the major zone, which is actually valid. Then what am I looking at presently? I'm looking at what the price is doing. we have a triple bottom around, a triple top around this area that pushed the market downwards, then I could see a rejection around this area to test the neckline region. So if I see a push back from this area, it's not going to be surprising to me. I'm expecting a push back towards this region. If I see a push back towards this region, then a further drop, I will not be surprised. So I'm going to be placing a trade because I'm looking at this uh, weekly resistant region around this area because this support now has currently turned resistance. So I'm looking at this weekly resistance. I'm looking for price to come back and test towards this area for a continuation to the downside. So that's my thought as of the moment. Then when I go back to my daily time frame, we're going to look at what price is doing. Price has currently broken the the trend line, but I think this is just a gap. So I'm expecting price to push back up towards this region because what is currently forming is that price need momentum for a continuation to the downside. Price needs to gather some momentum, maybe a little bit of manipulation around this area, a push towards the upside, and a further drop towards the downside. So price needs to go up to gather momentum to be able to break this structural resistance around this area because this is a major structure around this area. So if I see a significant bounce towards the upside, I'm not going to be surprised because price is trying to catch liquidity. I don't think this is going to be enough to break this structure. This is just a third touch of the trend line. I want to push back up, then a significant drop towards the downside. That's my thought on Euro USD. And that is going to be the same on the XY. So Euro USD is the XY inverted. So that's what we are going to be looking at on the XY. Then the next pair that I'm going to be checking is what GDP JPY is doing. GDP JPY, on the other hand, when we come back to a monthly time frame, this is all looking bullish to me. It's not looking bearish. So after this GDP JPY, I'm going to be checking what the JPY basket is doing because this is looking bullish as of the moment. So price has currently tested, we have this triple bottom around this area, like a kind of a bow kind of consolidation. Then we have a push, we have a correction, we have a push, we have a correction, and we are having a push. I was thinking that this consolidation is not good enough because with the way at which the price pushed towards this region, I'm expecting a correction back to this area, but price series of time has failed to give me that correction that I was looking at. And if you look back, this is also a significant supply region around this area. So that's what I was counting on. That's what I was believing that is going to happen. But I kind of see that price is not doing what I think. I think it's more about what I'm seeing in the market as of the moment. So since price is okay, has rejected around this area, I was really looking for a sell, but price has pushed up significantly. Initially, I took a buy. So I went out of the trade because I was looking that price is going to correct around this area for a continuation to the downside. So, but price keep pushing upward. So we've gotten almost to the top at this region. So we're going to be looking at what price is going to do at this level. If we have a break above, because this is already a double top around this region. If we have a break above, then we're going to be having a continuation to the upside. But if we have a break below, we're going to be having a drop towards the downside. So when we come back to our daily time frame, we're going to see price action very clearly. Price action is looking actually is still looking like a double top around this region because we have a push initial correction. This is where I took a trade for a buy and I closed around this region. Then the market corrected back to the neckline. and we have a higher high. This is looking like a higher low as well. And this is now looking like a double top around this region. And if you check backwards, this is also looking like a triple top. So presently, I'm just waiting for what price is going to do. If we have a break below around this region, we'll have a break below, then it's going to be bearish. If we have a break above this top, this triple top around this area, then we're going to be looking at bullish. But if you look at JPY basket, I think JPY basket is also looking bearish as of the moment, although the weekly candle form bullish, but it's not a strong weekly candle, which I'm going to be looking at as of the moment. So this pair is presently consolidative to me as of the moment, but I kind of I'm leaning towards the upside than the downside for GDP JPY. So let's look at what JPY basket is doing. JPY basket. So what am I looking at on JPY basket? This is also looking corrective to me. When we come to the monthly time frame, it's all looking bearish as of the moment. So we have this top around this area. We have a continuation. We have a drop. We have a series of correction, and we have a drop towards the downside. So it's okay for price to correct. If you look at the way the price is pushing downwards, it would be nice if we see a correction back to this region or back to this region because price has been pushing downwards for a very long time. So, but I don't trade what I think. I trade what I see. So, for now, we're still looking bearish because price, this is just looking like price is testing the structural region around this area, although the weekly candles is looking bullish. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to just look at what the daily time frame is doing. The daily time frame is looking corrective as well. So if you see the daily time frame is looking corrective, like it wants to continue going downwards. This is not a bullish pattern. This is a bearish kind of pattern. So we have a series of consolidation around this area. So once I see a break below, then we're going to be having a bearish momentum. Once I see a break above, then it's going to be bullish. If it's a break above, I want a clear break above, then a continuation to the upside. But right now, it's still looking bearish to me, even if the weekly time frame is looking bullish. So then the next pair that I'm going to be checking is DXY. DXY is looking like it wants to continue going up. I saw this trade. I don't know why I did not take it. I saw this trade. We have on the monthly time frame, this is what I'm looking at. We have a strong bullish momentum towards the upside. We have this consolidation around this area. We have a series of consolidation around this area. We have a push, we have a correction, we have a push, we have a correction, we have a push, we have a correction. And this is looking like a base towards the continuation to the upside. So this is looking very strong. As of the moment, we have a bullish. There's nothing bearish in this market. We have bullish as of the moment. So price has tested all the levels that I can see. We have this weekly correction. We have this weekly push towards the upside. And the market came back and corrected, and we have a continuation to the upside. So that's what I'm looking at on DXY. Uh, Although we have a minor level around this area that could reject the market, but price is looking very, very bullish. So I'm expecting a correction, just a little bit of correction. If I can see a little bit of correction around this area, then I'm going to be happy because price has pushed up to this level. So if we correct back to this region, it's not going to be a bad idea at all. So if I see a significant push towards the downside, then I'm going to be placing the trade for a buy because DXY is looking very, very bullish as of the moment. That's why Euro USD is looking bearish. So I'm just expecting a significant push. If I can see a significant push on DXY, then I'm going to be placing a trade for a buy on DXY. So when we come back to our 4-hour time frame, this is just I'm just expecting a pullback. just expecting a pullback. Once I see a significant pullback towards the downside, then I'm going to be placing a trade for a buy. Just a pullback like this or pullback like this. This market is although 4 hours is giving little pullback, but I'm kind of expecting a significant pullback towards the downside, then a push towards the upside. That's what I'm expecting. But if price did not give a significant push towards the upside, then I'm going to be waiting for a break above. A break above. I saw this trade. I don't know why I did not take it. Maybe I was looking for a manipulation on the XY. I don't know why I did not take it, but anyway, we're going to see what price is going to do here. Once I see a push towards the downside, a significant drop towards the downside, I'm going to be excited to take the trade for a buy. But at this region, I'm not going to be taking any trade for a buy because we are approaching a major resistance level. Look at this area, drop the market downwards. Look at this area, drop the market downwards. So that drop towards the downside is what is going to tell me that this level around this area and this level around this area um, has been justified, because that drop is going to tell me that, okay, now this price is going to break this high around this area. So I'm just waiting for a drop, then a continuation to the upside. So GDP AUD, I like as well. On the other hand, I like what I see on GDP AUD. That's why I put it on my watch list. We have a series of correction. We have a series of correction that push the market. We have a correction that push the market upwards as well. Then we have a series of correction around this area that push the market downwards. So presently, price has currently broken it has touched the mid-range zone around this area. So and we have a bullish candles on the monthly time frame forming. So what I can see now presently on the weekly time frame is looking, we have series of correction around this area, 1, 2, 3, 4 correction around this area. Then we have a drop around this region. So I'm expecting for price to push back to test this region around this area. So I'm expecting a push towards the upside for a retest around this region, around this area. So what am I expecting on the price? I'm expecting a correction back to this area. Once I see a correction, this is looking bullish. Once I see a significant correction back to this area, I just want price to test back to this region. That's what I'm looking at. I just want price to test back to these regions. Once I see a significant break, to test back to this neckline, because once you have a significant break above, price does not come back normally to test the shoulder region any longer. We're only going to have a retest of the neckline, and that is what I'm looking at. I'm just counting on the laws of price action. That's what I'm looking at, the retest of this area and then a continuation to the upside. That's my thought on GDP AUD. How about US 30? US 30, on the other hand, is looking like we're going to break below that region. We have a push. We have a significant push towards the downside. We have a push towards the upside, and we have a correction. We have a push, we have a correction. We have a push, we have a correction back to structure. This is looking like a higher high, a higher low back to structure. Then we have a higher high, then we have another higher low back to structure. We have a higher high, and this is looking like it's going to be another low, higher low back to structure for a continuation to the upside. That's how US 30 has been working for a while. So when we come back to our daily time frame, on the weekly time frame, however, the price is still looking bearish. I think the price is going to come back to test around structural region. I think the price is going to test this demand zone. And presently we have a piece, Trump is trying to say that they are making a peace deal with Iran. So I think that peace deal is going to take for a while to test back this demand area around this area. Then after the retest of this demand area, then we're going to have a push towards the upside. I was thinking it's going to test towards the structural region around this area, but when I check the SLP 500, the SIP 500 has not yet touched the structure. So I think the price is still has the opportunity to touch back to this demand area around this area. Then when we touch back this demand area, then maybe as of that time, the SRF 500 is going to be touching back to structure. So that's what I'm looking at. So I'm looking at for a significant bounce around this area towards the upside. So I'll be waiting patiently. If I see a significant bounce around this, in fact, I'm going to be placing my pending order on this demand area because I think that price can take off significantly from this demand area. So that's my thoughts. Then presently we're still looking bearish. We have a push towards the upside. We have a bearish momentum. And we are going to have a continuation to the downside towards this region. Then we are going to have a push towards the upside. That's my thought on SRP 500. AUD New Zealand, on the other hand, is looking like it wants to form a correction for a continuation to the upside. This is not looking bullish as of the moment. So, but we're going to be waiting for the correction. This is looking very bullish for me as of the moment. So I'm not going to be taking this trade for a sell, although the weekly candles is looking bearish. So we have a series of consolidation around this area. We have a triple bottom around this area that pushed the market towards the upside, which we took advantage of. Then price is currently, this correction is good enough. So I'm looking for a retracement, which is currently happening. I'm looking for price to test these areas around this region. So presently price is currently looking bearish. So if we have a series of consolidation around this area, like giving me a solid base, then I know that price is going to be pushing upwards from this area. But however, if we have a series of consolidation around this area, then and a push towards the downside, a significant drop towards the downside, then I know the direction of the market is going to change. So presently, I'm waiting on this price because we have how many days of consolidation around this area? 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we have series of consolidation, like a 1 week of consolidation or 2 weeks of consolidation around this area, then I know that price is not trying to retest for continuation to the downside. I know that this is giving a base around this area for a continuation to the upside. So that's my thought on Euro New Zealand as of the moment. That's what I'm looking at on Euro New Zealand. Then the next pair that I'm going to be checking is oil, Brent oil. What is Brent oil saying? Brent oil is looking very, very bullish. So Brent oil might eventually get to 125 region because we are testing the initial highs of the market, maybe due to this war. So maybe it might even get to the 130 region as of the moment. So we have a significant push towards the upside, a series of correction. We have a consolidation around this area, double bottom that pushed the market upwards. Then on the weekly time frame is kind of looking very corrective. This was the correction that I was expecting the price to do, but I did not take this trade. I did not place a pending order for this correction. So oil is still looking bullish towards the upside, very, very bullish. I'm expecting oil to get to 130 region as of the moment. So how am I going to take advantage of this trade? We have a series of, although this correction happened on the daily time frame, correction happened on the daily time frame. So I'm looking for a continuation to the upside. So definitely oil is going to push to the upside. Oil is going to really push towards the upside. So how can we take advantage of this move? Then I'm expecting to see a 4-hour consolidation just like this. If I see a consolidation around this area just like this to test back to this region, so I'm going to be placing a support region around this area. I could see a major resistance around this area, a major support, sorry, around this area. So if I see a retest of this place around this area for a continuation to the upside, then I'm going to be taking advantage of this move towards the upside. So this, I'm going to place my trade. I'm going to put my long position around this area. Then the stop loss is going to be around this region. Then I'm going to take this trade for a buy to that region. So that's my thought on Brent oil as of the moment. Stop loss is going to be below the structure. So that's my thought for Brent oil. We're going to have a push towards the downside, form a base around this region. Then we're going to have a continuation to the upside. So that's my thought on the market for this week. Then we're going to see how the market is going to play out. Is there any other pair that I'm not checking? I think that's all for now.